What's up guys, I'm Mr. Audio, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you the biggest mistake I see artists and producers making right now, and that's making their first verse too similar to their second verse. If you're an artist, producer, or beat maker who does this, you're missing the biggest opportunity to make your track stand out from the rest. See, the average listener's attention span just isn't what it used to be. So for that, I like to go by one rule when arranging my tracks. Change something, add something, or remove something every 2 to 4 bars. This is to really grab that average listener's attention span and make your song stand out a bit from the rest. I feel like listening to a song where the instrumentation is the exact same as the first verse as it is in the second verse is kind of boring and repetitive, if you ask me. So how I combat this is I actually make the first verse identical to the second verse, and then I contemplate, how could I make these two differ from each other? What kind of new instruments could I introduce with the same chord progression? What kind of elements could I take away? Is there something that one is missing that the other could have? These are all questions I'm asking myself when I'm going through this process. Let me show you what I ended up on so you can kind of get an idea of what goes on in my brain when I'm doing this. So here's basically where I started. The first verse and the second verse sound almost identical, just a little bit of difference in the vocal melodies. Let me show you.
And I know that times like these can be tough. And I know that there are seas can be rough. I watch the rain clouds roll in to find that I'm alive again. And I know that times like these can be tough. And we'll go through the darkness.
It doesn't sound bad. It's got all the elements of what a first verse should have. I feel like it sounds a little repetitive. That 4 bars kind of drags on to be 8 bars of the same, like, instrumentation. Let's listen to the second verse.
And I know sometimes we all feel small. And I know that when we stand tall. Sunshine push the rain away and make the clouds afraid to stay. And I know that when we stand tall. And we'll go through the darkness.
And you can see the second verse is literally almost identical, just a minor change in the vocal melody. Alright, so when I'm at this point, I think, which part needs this sound more? Is it the first verse or second verse? Do I want to start out the song with the bass, acoustic guitar, and the drums? Do I want to start out the song like that? Or do I want that to be in the second verse? Come out of the first chorus or post-chorus into that. And after thinking about it, I thought that the second verse should have that part shine there. So once I made that decision, I was like, okay, then the first verse should probably have some emptiness in the beginning for that first 4 bars. Let's try to take some elements away, you know? So then I took the drums, the bass, and what else away? I added some ethereal sound, and I tried taking the acoustic guitar away and just having that ethereal sound, but it just didn't sound quite right. So I added the acoustic guitar back in, and that was just enough. I brought the drums kind of a little bit in on the last measure of that first 4 bars of the first verse. And then I bring the organ and some choir in to kind of round that whole section off. So basically I broke the first verse into 2 sections because there's 8 bars. You know, I wanted them to sound completely different in those 2 sections. And then I did the same with the second verse too, but it sounds just a little different. Let me show you what I did now. So now I'm going to play what I landed on for the first verse, and then I'll play the second verse for you, so you can really hear the difference on what I added and took away.
And I know that times like these can be tough. And I know that there are seas can be rough. I watch the rain clouds roll in to find that I'm alive again. And I know that times like these can be tough. And we'll go through the darkness for the dawn.
And that sounds really good. It sounds like a well put together first verse. It's got two big sections that differ from each other, and it sounds like the song is telling a story. Now, the second verse is a little different. I wanted the acoustic guitar, bass, and the drums to shine, but it still needed a counter melody. So I brought the volume of the strings up. Let me show you what it looks like right here. And then in the first part of the second verse, I brought the strings up even a bit more, because I added a guitar here and took away the acoustic guitar there. So let's see what that sounds like.
And I know sometimes we all feel small, and I know that when we stand tall. Sunshine push the rain away and make the clouds afraid to stay. And I know that when we stand tall. And we'll go through the darkness for the dawn.
And having the second verse like that gave me the opportunity to swell the organ up into the chorus, which is really cool. Let me show you that right here. See, doing these types of things gives you more opportunities to be creative with your transitions and stuff. So anyway, I felt this guitar right here just made it sound really happy at the sunshine part. Listen.
Sunshine push the rain away and
Because the guitar sounded happy and I'm singing about sunshine pushing the rain away, I felt like that happy guitar just fit so well there. And I was like, I can't ignore it. Anyway, these are some interesting ways that you can take the same chord progression, put it to different instruments, and really spice up your first and second verses in your tracks. Anyway, guys, I hope this video helps. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Mr. Audio, out.